So logic would dictate that this episode here, episode 6 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, season 2, is one of the most poignant and important episodes that we've had to date. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone and welcome back to my review series for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and here we are with season 2 episode 6 entitled Lost in Translation. Now with this episode here we come to find that the Enterprise is on the edge of known space by this gas cloud, a nebula, where they are mining for deuterium, and there's a sort of space station mining operation in progress. A new thing's been built that is there to help mine this deuterium, but it's also a bit of a cover in the sense that it's close to where the Gorn are in operation. So Starfleet's using this as an operation to not only harvest deuterium but to in effect sort of keep an eye on the goings on of the Gorn, knowing that they're near here. While this is going on, Uhura gets a message that only she can hear, and this drives her a little bit crazy in the sense she's searching for it because there's no records of it. But as it progresses, she starts to have visions, and one of these visions is involving Hemmer, the former engineer of the Enterprise who we lost at the end of the last season. We do get this character back in a sense. There's some pre-recorded video bits that he's in for her to look at, and he does make a couple of appearances, and in one he's very zombified looking, so like a zombie Star Trek does zombies, Walking Dead. Yeah, and this goes on, and we come to find out that there's something that's gone awry on this space station, this mining space station, and it turns out that it's been sabotaged. So it's up for number one, and Carol Kane's character Pelia to go and investigate and try and fix what was going on there. Kirk is in this. Now, the Farragut is assisting with the Enterprise. The Enterprise is taking lead, so Captain Pike is fleet captain. So James Kirk beams aboard. He's now been given the position of first officer of the Farragut. But obviously this opens up some melodrama, shall we say, in the sense that he has to deal with Soong. And obviously we had the episode a few episodes back where you had that time travel thing and the alternate reality where she ended up having a sort of relationship with him. But the biggest takeaway from this with Kirk is that this is the first time that Kirk meets Uhura. This is the coming together of these two characters. Kirk is there. His brother has some interaction with him as well, in the sense that they're both at loggerheads on trying to live up to their dad, George Kirk's, what he had done, what he had achieved, and this sort of a thing. We get a little bit with Spock and Nurse Chapel and their relationship going forward, but we do get a lovely scene at the end where you do find Kirk, Uhura and Spock all coming together, and again this is the first meeting of Spock and Kirk that we've ever seen, where the characters are introduced to one another, the same with Kirk and Uhura. So it's kind of that little trio getting together, which is really nice. But the main impact of this episode beyond that is that we've got this deuterium. He's got these Uhura's having these visions and all this sort of thing, and she's worried it's going to drive her crazy, and she has to work with Kirk to try and figure out what's going on. And we come to find out that inside the deuterium basically is a life form that they can't communicate with or anything like this, but there is something living within the deuterium, and them harvesting it is actually killing these creatures, and it's the creatures attempting to reach out to her to figure out what's going on. to try and stop Starfleet, and thusly at the end it all comes together nicely. But when I'm saying that this episode is like one of the most important episodes of Star Trek, in the sense that, like I said, it's the meeting of these three characters that will go on and form part of the main cast of the original Star Trek series. We get to see them first interact, first meet one another, which is fantastic and great. You know, Carol Kane, again, back as Pelia. We get some nice stuff with her. She's obviously the new engineer of the Enterprise. We get stuff between her and Uhura, where she's saying, "Why haven't you ever spoken to me?" Which is a bit odd. And then she essentially asks the same thing of number one. She says, why don't you like me? Sort of a thing. What's your problem with me? And it's all around Hemmer and people harbouring the emotions that they do for him, and the love that they had for him, and the fact that they lost him, that they see her as, well, they see the pain that seeing her gives them the pain that they feel that he's not there, that she's taken his place. So it isn't nothing against her personally, it's seeing her brings back these flood of memories for these characters, and that's why they're sort of actively avoiding speaking to her and all this sort of a thing. So it gives some nice interaction between her and number one, and quite emotional as well. The stuff between Kirk and Uhura is fantastic. You know, I'm split on the Kirk stuff. I truly am. In that, I don't think he's not Kirk to me. He's not Kirk. He doesn't feel like Kirk. He doesn't seem like Kirk. It's only Kirk in name, but he's a good character, if that makes sense. I know he hasn't yet become the Kirk that we know, whether there'll be a transition into that, but there's something just missing in his performance. And I'm not saying his performance is bad. It's not. It's really good. But there's something missing in it that he isn't Kirk. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's yeah, it's a good episode. It was a good fun episode. I had a lot of fun with it. An up for the series, I would say. Yeah, and that's my thoughts on it, really. That's nothing more I can really say. That's it. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the episode, and let's discuss Star Trek. Thanks a lot, everyone, and take care.